Good evening, students. Am I audible? ನನ್ನ ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆನಾ? Yes, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, ma'am.
As we completed our Sankalp A's, just a minute. Okay. Yes. So we completed our Sankalp A's portion in the month of May itself. From today, we are starting our KCET classes for Sankalp A's students. So some of the students I am familiar with and some of the students are new to me. Okay. So from today we are starting our CET classes, my dear friends. Someone asked me regarding the chapter sexual reproduction in plants. Sexual reproduction in plants is not included for CET syllabus. Okay. So it starts from human reproduction. Fine. So that is why we started with human reproduction. So in human reproduction, when you just glance whatever we learned in our vacation classes, what we learned, what is there inside male reproductive system, female reproductive system, gametogenesis, menstrual cycle we learned, parturition and lactation, regarding pregnancy, we learned. So in this concept, we have to focus mainly on the hormones, the function of the hormones, in which stage the hormonal level will be raised, in which stage the hormonal level will be decreased. So that all we have to keep it in mind in human reproduction. And the second thing is the diagrams, the most important diagrams and the labelings. Okay. So like that, you have to focus on diagrams and hormones in this chapter. So without further delay, let us proceed with the first concept of KCET Sankalp A's, that is human reproduction. Before directly jumping into the concept, we will just glance certain concepts. Okay, I will just rewind certain concepts like here I am showing you the CET notes, whatever I prepared. So see, here we are going to concentrate regarding the concept of reproduction. Then male reproductive system ಅಲ್ಲಿ primary sex organs ಯಾವ ಬರ್ತವೆ, the pair of testes which are suspended in the scrotum. Recall the function of the scrotum here. Then the female reproductive system, pair of ovaries, fallopian tubes, vagina. Okay, ovaries produce eggs. Then phases of embryonic development, that is gametogenesis, gamete formation, spermatogenesis and oogenesis, most important concept. So in which stage the spermatocyte will be produced? What will be the ploidy of spermatocyte, spermatozoa? the difference between spermiation and spermiogenesis, that all you should know to attend the questions on human reproduction. Then fertilization, cleavage ಅನ್ನೋ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ CET ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ನಾಟ್ ಇನ್ ಅ ಬೋರ್ಡ್. So cleavage means what? It includes rapid mitotic division of the zygote. So we know that when a human sperm fuses with the ovary, there will be a formation of a zygote. When that diploid zygote will undergo continuous division, mitotic division, it forms a ball of what we can say cells. Okay, here you can see, to form a layered hollow spherical larva called blastula, and that formation is called as cleavage. Okay, regarding that also we will get some questions. Gas implantation, that is the fixing of the embryo to the endometrium of a female. Gastrulation antandrenu, migration of the that zygote from the surface of a blastula to their predetermined position. So blastula antandre it will be like this, blastocystitis. Okay, ball of mass of cells will be there. So here the organs will be formed from the group of cells. That organs will migrate. The heart will migrate to this position. The legs will migrate to this position. So this migration is called as, that process occurs in gastrulation. Organogenesis, formation of specific organs. So this all we have to remember. Now let us proceed with the questions on CET. See, today you have human reproduction. Next class also you will be having, or we will be solving human reproduction CET questions. So while attending the next class, do read the notes whichever I sent during the vacation classes. So it will be easy for you all to attend the multiple choice questions. Now, most of you are familiar with me. Most of you don't know how we interact. So here you have to answer through the chat box. If you got a doubt, you can answer through the chat box. If I did not respond by 2 or 3 messages, you can speak out with the mic. Fine. So let us proceed with the first question on human reproduction. Very easy question. Pouch in which the testes are suspended outside the abdominal cavity is A. Tunica albuginea, B. inguinal canal, C. epididymis, D. scrotum. Testes are suspended in a pouch like a structure. What these are termed as? The quick response is given by Hema Patil, Yamuna Gowda. Yes, my dear YouTube students. Lubna Supriya MS answered it. Good going. Yeah, come on. Anita answered it. B. Gowda answered it. Fine. Okay, most of you answered it as option D. Only few responses I got. I did not get many responses, even though many students are present here. Please do interact, my dear students. So here option D ಅನ್ನೋದೇನಿದೆ, scrotum. Okay, scrotum. It is the right answer. So can anyone tell me what is the function of the scrotum? Why scrotum should be present? Directly the testis would be suspended, alva. Why the pouch-like structure is present around the testis? Yeah. Yes, YouTube students also answered it as scrotum. Right answer. Now tell me why scrotum should be present. The quick response is given by Hema Patil, to maintain lower temperature. Yamuna Gowda answered it. Okay, Yamuna Gowda. Kirti Shri also answered it. Good going. Very, exact and accurate answer. So, to produce the sperm, the main function of the testis ಏನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ to produce the sperm, ಅಲ್ವಾ? So, ಆ ಒಂದು sperm production ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ the temperature should be lower. The sperm production will not occur according to the body temperature. So, it should be lower than the body temperature. That is why scrotum is there to maintain lower temperature. Exactly, scrotum is a right answer. Let us proceed to the next question. Next, Function of scrotum is to maintain. Again, the related question. Very easy question. I hope everyone is going to answer this. What is the function of scrotum? Yeah. Oppo A54. ಯಾರು ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ರೀನೇಮ್ ಯೋರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್. Lubna, Hema, Varshini, Anita answered it. B. Gauda, Pavitra answered it. Yes, YouTube students, what is your response on this? Yeah. So here, some of you said that temperature of testis. Some of you answered as option D ಅಂತ ಯಾರು ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಸಾರಿ ಬಿ ಅಂತ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಬಾಡಿ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಅಂತ ನೋ ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ದ ರೈಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಎ temperature of a testis. To maintain the temperature of a testis lower than the body temperature, scrotum is present. ಅದರದ್ದು ಕೆಲಸ ಏನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ to maintain lower temperature for the testis. Option A is the right answer. Most of you answered it correctly. Next question. Okay, so when you read the textbook correctly, then only you can answer such questions. Approximate length and width of testis are A. 4 to 5 centimeter and 2 to 3 centimeter. B. 5 to 6 centimeter and 3 to 4 centimeter. C. 6 to 7 and 4 to 5. D. 7 to 8 and 8 to 9. B. Gauda answered it. Hema Patil, Varshini R. Kirtishri, Yamuna Gauda. Oppo A54, please rename yourself. Pavitra answered it. Fine. Yes, YouTube students, be fast. Yeah. Supriya Anita Shirgavi answered it. Let us proceed to the answer. What is the accurate answer for this? Option number A. 4 to 5 centimeter and 2 to 3 centimeter. Length will be 4 to 5 and width will be 2 to 3. Okay, this is the exact dimension of the testis. Next question. How many compartments are there in each human testis? Testis ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಂಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Recall the section of a testis, the cross section of the testis diagram. A is 250, B is 300, C is 350, D is 400. Yes, I got quick responses from everyone as most of you answered it as option A, that is 250 anta. Exactly the right answer. Each testis will be having, when we see the cross section of a testis, each testis will be having a lobules like this. So these will be 250 in number. 250 in number. So let us proceed to the next question. Yeah. Compartments in mammalian testis are called. What are those compartments are called as? Testicular lobules, seminiferous tubules, C. Sertoli cells, D. Interstitial cells. Varshini, then B. Gauda, Anita, Lubna, Pavitra, Yamuna answered it. Yes, Relax Shorts from YouTube answered it as 250 for the previous question. Good. Hema Patil, Supriya MS answered it. Most of you answered it as option A, which is exactly the right answer. Some of you got confused with option B, that is seminiferous tubules anta. Illi énagutte, when we see the cross section of a testis, the testis will be divided into compartments which are called lobules. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು lobules ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೇವೆ. Inside the lobules, a tubes will be there, a convoluted tubes, a very, what we can say, winded tubes, coiled tubes will be there, which are called as seminiferous tubules. Okay, so here they asked the compartments. Compartments again ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, not the tubules, right? So for that, the right answer is option A, testicular lobules. Testicular lobules. Good. YouTube students are also active. Good going. Yeah.
Ma'am, we got confused with the option either A or B, ma'am.
One, one second. The right answer for the previous question, that is compartments in mammalian testes, are called as testicular lobules. Option A is a right answer. Who answered as option B? They are wrong. Understood now? Okay. Someone got unmuted. Please mute yourself. Okay. Now, sixth question goes like this. A 3 to 5 a testicular lobules. Now they are asking that question. Okay, na? A testicular lobules contains how many seminiferous tubules? 3 to 5 seminiferous tubules. Don't answer until I complete all the options. B 2 to 6 seminiferous tubules. C 5 to 7 seminiferous tubules. D 1 to 3 seminiferous tubules. Yes, Hema Patil, Anita, Supriya MS, Lubna, Kirti Shri, Yamuna Gowda, B Gowda, Shazma. Yes, YouTube students. So most of you answered it as option D. Some of you answered it as option C. Varshini R also answered it. So the right answer for this question will be option D, 1 to 3 seminiferous tubules. So when we take a cross section or when we consider a cross section, so here we will get compartments which are called as testicular lobules. Inside the testicular lobules, inside one testicular lobules, we can find 1 to 3 seminiferous tubules. Okay, so option D is a right answer here. Option D is a right answer. Let us proceed. Fine. The seminiferous tubules of the testis is lined on its inside by, okay, read the question properly. When you consider seminiferous tubules, okay, it is lined inside by A, spermatocytes, B, spermatogonia, C, cells of Sertoli, D, both of B and C. Yes, exactly, YouTube students, your answer is right. The seminiferous tubules of the testis is lined inside by, some of you are voting for option B, some of you are voting for option D, some of you are voting for option C. So let us see who is right. So the right answer, the seminiferous tubules will be lined by spermatocytes, or we can also call it as sperm mother cells. Sperm mother cells or my MMC, microspore mother cells antanu kariಬಹುದು. Then spermatogonia. So, sorry, cells of Sertoli. So here, let me show you the diagram. Just a minute. Just a minute. Okay, can you able to see the PPT? Okay. See here. So when you see the cross section of the testis, here you can see testicular lobules and seminiferous tubules, right? So inside the seminiferous tubules, see here, inside the seminiferous tubules, the inner lining will be covered by, they ask, the inner lining. So here you can see spermatogonia or spermatogonium. In between spermatogonium, Sertoli cells will be present. These are the Sertoli cells like this, okay, convex shape and roughly convex shape. And here you can see spermatogonium or spermatogonia. Okay, now when you check this question, most of you answered it as spermatogonia and cells of Sertoli anta, right? So the right answer is here spermatogonia and cells of Sertoli, both B and C. So option D is the right answer here. Option D is the right answer. I hope it is clear. Is it clear, my dear students? Okay, now let us proceed to the next question. Dash provide nutrition to the male germ cells. Which will provide nutrition to the male germ cells, they ask. A is interstitial cells, B is Leydig cells, C is Sertoli cells, D is both A and B. Which will provide nutrition to the male germ cell? Varshini R, Anita, Kirtishri, Shazma, Yamuna Gowda, Supriya MS. Yes, YouTube students, be fast. Fine. So, which will provide nutrition to the male germ cells anta kelidare. Most of you voted for option A. Some of you voted for option D. That is both A and B anta. So, some of you voted for option C. B. Gowda also answered it. So, the right answer for this question is option C, Sertoli cells. These are also called as nursing cells anta kariteve. Sertoli cells are also called as nurse cells, which will provide nutrition to the male germ cells. Let us proceed to the next question. Which of the following cells present in the mammalian testis forms the sperms? Which of the following cells present in the mammalian testis forms the sperms? A. Leydig cell, B. Spermatogonia, C. Interstitial cells, D. Sertoli cells. Yes, YouTube students. Hema Patil, Lubna answered to the question. B. Gowda, Shazma. Yes, YouTube students, be fast. Anita, Varshini. So most of you voted it for option C, interstitial cells anta heltira. Interstitial cells. Okay na? Some of you voted for option A, Leydig cells anta. Okay. So they asked which cell will form the sperms anta kelidare. The right answer for this question is option B, spermatogonia. So guys, when you see this diagram here, yeah. So observe this diagram carefully. Here, whatever these are present, no, spermatogonia or sperm mother cell, these will undergo spermatogenesis and these will become sperms. And whatever the Sertoli cells are present, these are involved in providing nutrition to the developing sperms. Leydig cells anta ide. So this is a microscopic picture of the seminiferous tubule. So this is one seminiferous tubule. This is one seminiferous tubule. In between seminiferous tubule, you can find the cells. These cells are called as Leydig cells. ಈ cells ಗಳಿಗೆ Leydig cells ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. Leydig cells are not present inside the seminiferous tubule. They are present in between seminiferous tubule. Remember, they are present in between seminiferous tubule. As they are present in between seminiferous tubule, these are regarded as interstitial cells. In between. So interstitial cells and Leydig cells are one and the same. What is the function of Leydig cell? To produce androgens or a male sex hormone. What is the function of Sertoli cell? To provide nutrition. What is the function of spermatogonia? To produce sperms by undergoing spermatogenesis. The right answer for this question is option B. Okay, don't get confused here. We have variety of cells in the seminiferous tubules. So you should be familiar with the function of each cell. So the right answer here, one minute. The right answer here, spermatogonia. Yeah, tell me.
Ma'am, is Leydig cells and interstitial cells are same, ma'am?
Yeah, I told you, no, they are same. Interstitial and Leydig cells. Leydig cells are present in between seminiferous tubules. So in between ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ interstitial and Leydig cells are same. Understood?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Next, region outside the seminiferous tubule is called as, yeah, interdigital space, interspherous space, interstitial space, blind space. Yeah, region outside seminiferous tubules. B. Gowda, Hema Patil. Please write the name so that we can read it. And Lubna, Anita, Shazma, Supriya. See, most of you answered it as option C, that is interstitial space anta. Yes, very good YouTube students. Yes, Gayatri is on YouTube. Option C is the right answer. See here, interstitial cells ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಿಮಗೆ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆದ್ರೆ, the concept of interstitial cells is different in human reproduction. The concept of interstitial cells will be different in another physiology. Interstitial cells ಅನ್ನೋದು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಫಿಸಿಯಾಲಜಿ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ನಿಮಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅದರ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಬೇರೆ. ಆ interstitial cells ಈ interstitial cells ಅನ್ನ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಡಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೈ ಇಲ್ಲಿ interstitial cells ಗೆ ನಾವು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಹೆಸರು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇವೆ, which is also called as Leydig cells ಅಂತ. Yes, Supriya, you are right. Option C is the right answer. Next question. The seminiferous tubules of the testes open into vasa efferentia by. Read the question properly. The seminiferous tubule of the testis, it will open into vasa efferentia. They ask efferentia by vasa differentia, B. Retatestis, C. Epididymis, D. Seminiferous tubules. The quick answer is given by Lubna, Kirtishri, Hema Patil. Yamuna Gowda also answered it. B. Gowda also answered it. Yes, yes, YouTube students, be fast. Varshini Shazma answered it. Fine. So, when you see the ducts, accessory ducts anta ನಾವು ಕೇಳ್ತೇವೆ, right? Male accessory ducts. So when you see the diagram of it, see here, this is a diagram of the male accessory ducts you are seeing. These are the seminiferous tubules. The sperms from the seminiferous tubules enter retatestis, then it will go to vasa efferentia, epididymis, vasa deferens. So how you have to remember? I had given you a hint in the vacation class. RVEVA. R for retatestis, V for vasa efferentia, E for epididymis, D for vasa deferens. If you got confused, you can also remember it as RVEVD. VD means vasa differentia. This is vasa efferentia. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಸೊ ರಿಟೇಟ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟಿಸ್ ಇಂದ ಅದೆಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ? ವ್ಯಾಸ ಎಫ್ರೆನ್ಷಿಯಾಗಿ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದ ಕನೆಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಲಿಂಕ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ the seminiferous tubules as well as the vasa efferentia is retate testis. Most of you answered it correctly. Yes, correct, YouTube students. Here, option B is the right answer. Option B. Some of you got confused with the one nimisha. Retate testis. So, the seminiferous tubules of the testis open into the vasa efferentia by well. Okay. Option B anta yaar answer madidira? They are right. Okay, retate testis in the it will go to epididymis. So in the epididymis, the sperms will be stored for few what we can say days to get mature epididymically. Okay, so the right answer for this question is option B, that is retate testis. Okay, next question. Yeah, read the question properly. Select the correct sequence for transport of sperm in male reproductive system. Just now I showed you the diagram. You can answer it quickly. A is from seminiferous tubules to retate testis to vasa efferentia, epididymis, vasa deferens, ejaculatory duct, urethra, urethral meatus. Next, B, seminiferous tubules, vasa efferentia, epididymis, inguinal canal, urethra. D, C, testis, epididymis, vasa efferentia, vasa deferens, ejaculatory duct, inguinal canal, urethra, urethral meatus. The last part. Okay. D, testis, epididymis, vasa efferentia, retate testis, inguinal canal, urethra. So can anyone tell me what is the sequence of a transport system of sperm cells? Yes, the quick response is given by Yamuna, Kirtishri, Hema, B. Gowda, Lubna also answered it. So most of you voted for option A. Shazma, Supriya MS, yeah, Varshini R. So most of you answered it as option A. Just a minute. Okay, let's proceed. So most of you voted for option A. That is seminiferous tubule. Very good. Retate testis R, V, E, vasa deferens. Next, ejaculatory duct, urethra, urethral meatus. Exactly the right answer. Most of you answered it correctly. Yes, Dani, she's active on YouTube. Gayatri is active on YouTube. Okay, good. Let us proceed. Choose the incorrect pair. ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ incorrect pair. ತಪ್ಪಾದ pair ಯಾವುದು? A is Leydig cells secrete testicular hormone. Vasa efferentia and epididymis are accessory ducts. Vasa deferens loops over the urinary bladder. Ejaculatory duct, vasa efferentia and seminal vesicle. So which is the incorrect pair among the following? Yes, YouTube students, please do answer to the question. I got 3 quick responses. Kirtishri, Varshini, Madevi, Bhajantari, B. Gowda, Anita, Lubna. So most of you answered it as option A. Few of you answered it as option D. Yes, YouTube students. Suraya, Hema, Patil, Pavitra also answered to the question. So let us check the answer here. Option D. Ejaculatory duct is a totally different thing. It is not included in vasa efferentia and seminal vesicle. So option D is a right answer. Next question. Observe the diagram carefully. It is representing male reproductive system, right? So here, choose the correct option they asked. They have labeled it as A, B, C and D. Option A is testis, possesses 3 to 4 testicular lobule. B is seminal vesicle, storage of sperm. It's a seminal vesicle. C is vasa deferens, helps in sperm transfer. D is prostate gland, secretes seminal fluid. So A label they have given what is that part and what is its function. You have to find a correct pair here, not the parts. Parts in the function anna kottidare. So which is a correct option you have to answer. Hema Patil answered it. Yes, YouTube students. Varshini R answered it. Anita, Shazma, Lubna. Most of you answered it as option D, prostate gland secretes seminal fluid ಅನ್ನೋದು correct option ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Okay. Testis possess 3 to 4 testicular lobules. Seminal vesicle is not a storage of sperm. Epididymis is a storage of sperm. Okay. Right. So B. Gowda also answered it. Let us check the answer. Who is right? Option C ಅನ್ನೋದೇನಿದೆ vasa difference. See here. This is not a vasa difference. Helps in sperm transfer ಅಂತ ಇದೆ. Option C. Next question. The shared terminal, understand the question properly. The shared terminal duct of the reproductive and urinary system in human male is option A, urethra, option B, ureter, option C, vasa deferens, option D, vasa efferentia. Which is a shared terminal duct in human male? Andre that is a part in excretory system also, reproductive system also. Yamuna Gowda answered it. Just a minute. Yeah. Hema Patil, Supriya MS. So as they asked shared terminal duct, the right answer for this question is option A, that is urethra, which is a part in both excretory system as well as reproductive system. Next question. The ovaries are located one on each side. Observe, read the question properly. Ovaries are located one on each side of the A. What is that A? You have to answer. Each ovary is about 2 to 4 centimeter in length, connected to B. Connected to B. What is that B? Then B wall by C. Each ovary is covered by thin epithelium, which encloses the ovarian stroma. Stroma is divided into 2 zones, D and E. Fill the suitable choices. So A andre enu, B andre enu, what is C, D and E? You have to choose the correct choice anta kelidare. See here, options are given below. You can answer it. See to the question and answer the question. Yes, YouTube students. Yamuna Gowda, Hema Patil answered it. Shazma answered it. B. Gowda answered it. So the ovaries are located one on each side of the lower abdomen. Each ovary is about 2 to 4 centimeter in length, connected to the pelvic wall by ligaments. Each ovary is covered by a thin epithelium, encloses ovarian stroma. Okay, encloses ovarian stroma. Stroma is divided into peripheral cortex and inner medulla. So most of you voted it for option B, Anta. So I read like that only. So most probably option B is the right answer. Let me explain you with the help of a diagram. See here. This is a female reproductive system which you are seeing. So these are the ovaries which are attached to the pelvic wall by the ligaments. These are the ligaments. Okay. Then you can see the ligaments here properly. Let me show you the inner region anatomy so that it will be helpful to solve the further question. So when we see the layers of the ovary, germinal epithelium, cortex and inner medullary region. Cortex we will be having the stroma and the follicles will be in the follicles will be in corticular region. In medullary region, it will be rich in what we can say blood vessels. It will be rich in blood vessels and stroma will be dense there in the medullary or central region. So let us proceed to the next question. Okay, the following diagram refers to female reproductive system of a human. Identify A to E. Identify A to E. A, B, C, D and E. So you have to identify the parts here. Right. So A is urethra, B is urinary bladder, C is uterus, D is cervix, E is vagina. So see to the options, all the options, and let me know your answer. Yes, YouTube students. Varshini, Madevi, Lubna, Supriya, Yamuna Gowda. Okay. Most of you answered it as option D. Anyhow, the answer was revealed. So option D, uterus. A is uterus. This is the region which is uterus. Because ee thara diagram ನಾವು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ concentrate ಮಾಡಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. We will be concentrating on the front view of the diagram. Cross view kottaga you will be confused with the labelings. That is why you should practice this kind of diagrams also. So illi A is uterus, B is urinary bladder, this one. C is urethra, D is cervix. Where is D? This is cervix. And E is vagina. Okay. So 21st question is option D is a right answer. Next question. Oviducts are also called. Very easy question. What is the other name of oviducts? A is fallopian tube. B is uterus. C is vagina. D is ovary. Suraya, Pavitra, Anita, Yamuna Gowda, Shazma, Hema Patil, interact through message box. Sorry. Bhuvana, B. Gowda. Some of them will be online. It easy the question ನಾನು ಯಾಕೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡಲಿ ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಓವರ್ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ತುಂಬಾ ಜನ ಬರಿತಾನೂ ಇದ್ರೆ ಓಕೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಜನ ಬರಿತಾನೂ ಇದ್ರೆ you can scribble down it. Don't write neatly. You should understand your handwriting. That's it. And these questions will be uploaded. Same questions will be uploaded in the app. You can use those questions. Baribeku andre. So oviducts are also called as option A, fallopian tubes. Human fallopian tube is about. Human fallopian tube in a dimension estirutte. A is 8 to 9 centimeter long. B is 9 to 10 centimeter long. C is 10 to 12 centimeter long. D is 12 to 17 centimeter long. So most of you answered it as option C. That is 10 to 12 centimeter long anta. Right? So 10 to 12 centimeter long. That is the right answer. Next question. Funnel-shaped part of oviduct. Listen to the question properly. Funnel-shaped part of oviduct of the ovary is called, A is fimbriae, B is infundibulum, C is ampulla, D is isthmus. What is the funnel-shaped part of oviduct is considered as? Yes, YouTube students. Pavitra, Yamuna Gowda, Hema Patil, Lubna B. Gowda, Supriya M. answered it. Yes, come on. What about others? Shazma, Suraya answered it. Fine. So option B, that is infundibulum, is the right answer. Next question. Fimbriae are associated with, fimbriae and the structures irtave. These are associated with which organ? A is fallopian tube, B is uterus, C is vagina, D is ovary. Most of you are confused with A and D. Fimbriae are the structures which are associated with fallopian tube, which helps them to hold the ovary. Fimbriae, right? Not a ovary. So option A, fallopian tube, is a right answer. The main function of fimbriae of fallopian tube is, what is the function of fimbriae? Help in development of ovary, help in collection of ovum after ovulation, help in development of ova, help in fertilization. Recall the diagram. Then you will easily understand what is the function of the fimbriae. Yes, Suraya, Hema Patil, Anita, Lubna, B. Gowda answer to the question. Yes, YouTube students. Shazma answered it. Varshini R answered it. So, the right answer option B, that is collection of the ova after ovulation from the ovary, is a right answer. Next question. Choose the incorrect pair. Idralli incorrect athwa tappada pair yaudu anta. A is finger-like projections which are called fimbriae. B is narrow part of oviduct which is called ampulla. Part of oviduct joining the uterus. Part of oviduct joining the uterus is isthmus. D is none of the above. Which is the incorrect pair? Tappada pair yaudu? Pavitra, Lubna, Madevi, Kirtishri, Hema, Patil, Shazma answered to the question. So there is a confusion between option D and option A. Narrow part of oviduct to ಮತ್ತೆ part of D, none of the above. Ali confusion ide. So let us check the answer here. The right answer is option B. Narrow part of oviduct ge, we will not call it as ampulla. The narrow part of oviduct, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ನಾವು? What is the narrow part? So when you consider this as a fallopian tube,
Infundibulum.
narrow part. Ilodi. Okay, in the next question you will understand. Let me not reveal now. Okay, here option B, narrow part ampulla is a right answer. Next question. Okay, see to the question properly. It is related to the previous question. The following diagram, one nimisha. Uh, refers to the female reproductive system of humans. Okay, what is identify A to F ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Yes, A is ampulla, B is isthmus, C is infundibulum, D is fallopian tube, E is ovary, F is uterine fundus. Like that you have many options. Let me know the correct answer. Lubna, Anita, Hema, Patil answer to the question. Kirti Shri Supriya MS answered to the question. Shazma also answered it. So most of you are voting for option C. A is isthmus, B is ampulla, C is infundibulum, D is fallopian tube, E is ovary, F is uterine fundus ಅಂತ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಸಿ ಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಜನ ವೋಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಿ. Varshini Rao also answered it. B Gowda answered it as option A. Let us check the answer. The right answer is option C. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, A is isthmus, okay, B is ampulla and C is infundibulum. Infundibulum ಏನಿದೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅಗಲ ಇದೆ, ನ್ಯಾರೋ ಇಲ್ಲ ಇದು. ಸೊ ನ್ಯಾರೋ ಇರೋದು ಯಾವುದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ? ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ isthmus. Isthmus is a narrower region. Previous question ಗೆ clarification ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. So for this question, the right answer is option C. Option C. Next question. Yeah. Choose the incorrect pair. Again, choose the incorrect pair anta. Cushion of fatty tissue covered by pubic hair. It is called as mons pubis. Membrane covering opening of the vagina, hymen. Finger-like structure above the urethral opening is called as clitoris. Uterine layer exhibiting strong contraction during delivery, endometrium. Which is an incorrect pair here? Yes, YouTube students. Which is an incorrect pair? So most of you answered it as option C. Finger-like structure above the urethral opening is called as clitoris anta. So let us check the answer here. The right answer is option D. No, option C is the right answer. Option C. Choose the incorrect pair. Fusion of fatty tissue covered by pubic hair, mons pubis, and covering the hymen. Just a minute. Human reproduction, chapter number 2. Okay. So here, uterine layer exhibiting strong contraction during delivery. So we know that our uterus, that is the female uterus, is made up of 3 layers. Okay, which are those 3 layers? Can anyone tell me? Yes? 3 layers. The outer is perimetrium, middle is myometrium, inner is endometrium. So the endometrium will be there, no, that will be swollen due to the development of a baby. So contraction yaar ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ? The contraction will be done by a myometrium, the middle layer. So the maximum, yes, chapter 2. Myometrium. So the contraction is done, maximum contraction is done by myometrium. That is why option D is a right answer, which is a incorrect pair. Ili myometrium ididre idu correct ಆಗ್ತಿತ್ತು. ಹೌದಾ? So option D is a right answer. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಏನಿದೆ? Mons pubis is a right statement, right pair. Hymen is a right pair. Clitoris is a right pair. This is a wrong pair. So which becomes a right answer. So option D ಅನ್ನೋದೇನಿದೆ, that is a right answer. ನೆನಪಲ್ಲಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, it is myometrium shows a contraction. Strong contraction ತೋರಿಸೋದು myometrium. Then the main tissue present in breast is glandular, squamous, ciliated epithelium. Which tissue is present in the breast? Yes, tell me, Anita. Kirti Shri answered it. Hema Patil answered it. Yes, what about others? Pavitra answered it. Lubna answered it. So, most of you answered it as option A, that is glandular. Glandular ಅನ್ನೋದು ಸರಿಯಾದ ಉತ್ತರ, because it will be having lactatory glands which produces milk. So, option A is the right answer. So, ಇಲ್ಲಿ choose the incorrect pair ಅಂತ ಇದೆ. ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋದು. Anita has a doubt here. So, choose incorrect pair, which is not a correct pair. Cushion of fatty tissue covered by pubic hair, the outer reproductive part of a female, which is called as mons pubis. This is a right pair. Right agide. Next, membrane covering opening of the vagina. Vagina is an opening, okay, through which the sperms will be transferred to the female reproductive system. That will be covered by a thin layer which is called as hymen. This is also a correct pair. Finger-like structure above urethral opening. So the finger-like a small structure will be present in the female above urinary opening, which is called as clitoris. This is also a correct pair. Then uterine layer exhibiting strong contraction. Delivery time ಅಲ್ಲಿ strong contractions ಅನ್ನ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಬೇಬಿಯನ್ನ ಹೊರ ಬರೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡೋದು ಯಾರು ಅಂದ್ರೆ endometrium ಅಲ್ಲ, myometrium, which is a middle layer of the uterus. Endometrium is innermost layer of the uterus. Perimetrium is outer layer of the uterus. I hope, Anita, you understood. Okay, let us proceed to the next question. Given the diagrammatic sectional view of a mammary gland, identify A, B, C, and D. Okay, so observe the diagram carefully. Observe the diagram carefully, and now tell me the answer. What is A, what is B, what is C, and what is D? D areola. Part B is mammary duct. C is lactiferous duct. D is areola. Okay. Anita, Lubna, Supriya, MS, Kirti Shri, Shazma answered to the question as option D. Varshini R answered it. So let us check the answer here. The right answer is option D. That is, A will be a fatty tissue. B will be a mammary duct. C will be a lactiferous duct. D will be areola. Okay, areola. So option D is the right answer. Next question. Several mammary ducts join to form a wider mammary ampulla. Very easy question. If you understood that diagram, you can answer it. Which is connected to. Several mammary ducts join to form a wider mammary ampulla, which is connected to lactiferous duct, seminiferous duct, seminiferous tubules, D nipple. Yes, tell me. Several mammary ducts join to form a wider mammary ampulla. Okay. Most of you answered it as option A. Some of you answered it as option D. So let us check the answer here. option A, that is lactiferous duct, is a right answer. Fine. So here we solved around 30 questions today on human reproduction. In the upcoming session, we are going to solve few more questions on human reproduction, which includes the previous year questions also, around 5 years old questions also we are going to include and discuss in the next session. I hope you all enjoyed the session. Whether the session is good?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am,
Yes, tell me, who is this?
Suraya, ma'am, can you repeat that question? Neat question.
Which neat question?
2006, 16 something.
If you remember the number, it will be good. Now I have to search which is a neat 2016 question.
No, ma'am, I didn't remember.
Is this?
Yes, ma'am.
Select the correct sequence for transport of sperm cells in reproductive system anta kelidare. How the sperms will be transported anta. So the sperms will be formed in seminiferous tubules. From that it will go to retate-testis, vasa efferentia, epididymis. They will be stored there. They will get matured. Then it will go to vasa deferens, ejaculatory duct, urethra, urethral meatus. That's it.
Okay. Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Let me end up the session here. Have a nice day. Take care. Bye.